Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin and welcome to my MCU ranking of all 23 Marvel movies. I thought there was 24, but no, there's only 23. So, so this took me a while. This literally took me like probably a couple hours just to think where my ratings are. And so to let you guys know, this is just my ranking. If you guys don't like it, hey, that's cool. But and you guys can tell me your ranking in the comments below. But also, when you guys are doing that, don't criticize other people's rankings and don't criticize my rankings. That's not why we're here. We're just here to let people know how we think about the MCU's movies and all that. So so it's basically the first ranking on the channel. So I'm really happy about this. But a lot of you guys probably would really know like where certain rankings are, but let's just get right into it. One more thing before I continue on. I will be putting Spider-Man Far From Home in here, but I will not spoil anything. I do have a review and a normal review for it on the channel. You guys can go check that out. So anyway, so now let's get right into it. We're gonna be ranking these from worst to best. All right, so at number 23, The Incredible Hulk. Everyone knew that this was coming. The CGI in this movie was just dumb, and no one can. And you just didn't buy the actor. I can't remember the actor's name, but you just didn't buy him as Hulk. So that's the thing. My eye's been bothering me all day. You just don't buy him. The CGI sucked, and the story just sucked in general. Number 22, Thor 2, The Dark World. Again, everyone knew that one was coming. This one was a little darker than this was darker than any MCU movie. And the jokes in it was just bad. It tried to be funny. It tried to be both. It tried to be like funny and dark, and those two just don't match up. At number 21, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. I do like the first Ant-Man, but the Ant-Man, it's just, the villain, it's just, you don't really see the villain in this movie as a villain. She's just there, like the villain's just bad. Like, they try to give something to her and they try to give a story, and it's just, you don't really care that much because they don't go into deep detail with it at all. It was just setting up Avengers Infinity War. Was it Infinity War? No, it was setting up after Infinity War. Number 20. A lot of you guys might not like this, but again, my rating. But just Black Panther. I did review Black Panther. For if you guys don't know, the special review I did was for the best what's it called? Best pictures of 2019. You guys can find it on the channel. I did it with my friend Carlos. He joined me on that review, and I believe I gave it like a C-, C+, one of the two. And it was different from an MCU movie, and what I mean by that, it didn't feel like an MCU movie, and I just don't know what it was. It didn't feel like there was a villain in that movie, but I definitely like it better than Thor 2 and the ones that I mentioned. But they at least tried, and you kind of somewhat care for the characters, but not really at the same time. Number 19, Thor. Honestly, it's not bad. It's a little dark. It's a little bit serious. Iron Man. All right, at number 18, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I was looking forward to this movie because I really love the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it's funny and it's all that, but I'll get to that when we get to Guardians. This one, it tried to be way too funny. It used a lot of the same jokes from the first one. You don't care about the villain in this movie. You kind of do, but it's just like nothing really happens. Like, it didn't even feel like it just felt like like another TV episode. It just felt like nothing happened, nothing went on, and just felt like random events. At number 17, The Avengers. Honestly, I liked the Avengers when growing up, but when I got older, I started seeing the flaws, and this was the first MCU movie where we combined a whole bunch of characters into one film, and it doesn't hold up with and it's not like they did a bad job. It's not like where Avengers Endgame where there's too many people, which they handled that well. But this was the first time that they ever did it, so they were trying to give so many characters so many screen times, but then it just doesn't work out. But you know, it's still a good film. I still enjoy it. Just it probably could have been a lot better than it was. At number 16, Spider-Man: Far From Home. This one, this is where it starts getting a little more difficult with the ratings. I had a great time with Spider-Man: Far From Home, but the villain in this film is just, they don't portray the villain in this film so well. It's just, you know, and I'm not gonna talk about this a lot. You guys can go watch my review on it, but it's just the way they balance it out. The villain in this film just doesn't work, and the way that the villain's portrayed in the comics, which they do what the villain's portrayed in the comics, but they just don't do it how you expect it, and the way it ends, it's just like, what? At number 15, Doctor Strange. I really like Doctor Strange, don't get me wrong. And like, again, these rankings are really hard. They're really close. So they're basically all tied for second, for the second and best ranking. You guys basically know the first one. But so yeah, Doctor Strange. That's where it changed everything. That's where the MCU completely changed, and never thought that we would ever see a Doctor Strange movie and how they ever did it. So the visual effects in this movie is great. I love the actor that plays Doctor Strange. She's honestly one of my favorite actors in the MCU. Number 14. This movie people don't like because of the criticism that the actress has been getting recently, but I don't think it's. I guess it's the actress, but it shouldn't make you hate the movie, in my opinion. Captain Marvel. So yeah, a lot of stuff that happened with like off behind the camera and all that with her stuff going on. It shouldn't having the hate for the actress shouldn't make you hate the movie, just in my opinion. I still had a great time with the movie. I thought the movie looked a little dull in certain scenes, but you know, I still have a fun time. The jokes, I really like the jokes. I like the villain. I like the twist that I wasn't expecting. I kind of felt the twist coming, but when it came, it still kind of got me. So number 13, Captain America. This was still back in the early days where Marvel wasn't that good still, but you know, you still can have a good time with the movie, and it's been a while since I watched Captain America, which, by the way, Captain America, the first Avenger. So it was it's still like their very first one. Back then, Marvel was basically the DCU right now, but you know, but better, but way much better. But you know, it's still fresh. So you're still trying to figure out things, and it felt like another Iron Man movie because you had the Doctor, you had the guy that Captain America cared about and all that, like in Iron Man, where the Doctor and all that stuff. So basically the same type of movie. Number 12, Ant-Man. Ant-Man, I love the movie. We got the cameo from Falcon and the joke. I just love Scott, and I can't remember the actor's name, but him playing as Scott, he's fun. He's funny. I loved him in Friends. I loved all of his work, and just having him playing as Ant-Man is just amazing. Number 11, Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, so I wanted to put this higher on my list, but the ones that come after this it was really hard to choose. But as Chris Pratt as Star-Lord and the cast in this film, it was amazing. I loved the cast. The story I loved because like the backstory of Star-Lord was just a mystery, and next volume 2 kind of was ruined. But but if you still basically can watch it and just be like who is his father. I'm trying to like talk about all these movies and also not to carry on with them, so I'm like thinking in my head, it's like so yeah, basically all of that I just mumbled, basically. Yeah. Number 10, Avengers Age of Ultron. You guys are probably wondering why this movie is so high. It's it's because it came out on my birthday, so that's a plus. Honestly, I like the dynamic in this movie, like the character dynamic in this movie, and they did a much better job than they did in Avengers, and you got this get behind the characters a little bit more than you could have in the first Avengers. Number 9, Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is actually my least favorite Iron Man movie. I don't know why. I just didn't care for the villain because I didn't understand the villain's motive. Was it like it had to do with something with his father and something like that? I didn't get his motive, so he hated Tony Stark for some reason. I had no idea, so that's why it's up there. Number 8, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Honestly, the twist for Bucky being the Winter Soldier wasn't really a twist because they ruined it, one, in the trailers, and 2, I really like this movie because then we have Cap trying to trying to get Bucky his memories back, and just seeing these two characters go at it, it's just amazing. Number 7, Iron Man 3. This is actually, I was about to put this in front of Iron Man, but I knew that one, people would get mad, and I actually like Iron Man a little bit much better. So Iron Man 3, it doesn't portray the Mandarin as people thought of, but honestly I didn't know the Mandarin as well. So I was like, I like it still, but I was just thinking but I like this a little bit better than any of the other movies that I just said, is because it's different, and this is actually the only MCU movie that took during Christmas, so I had a different feeling, which I really liked, and it felt more welcoming than any of the other MCU movies. Number 6, Captain America: The Civil War. This is basically an Avengers movie. That's when I saw this, and when they called it Captain America, I'm like, this is an Avengers movie. But Captain America obviously had the most screen time out of all of them, so they're gonna name it Captain America Civil War. So, but yeah, I like the character dynamic. Seeing Captain America and Iron Man go at it, it's just amazing. Great moment. Number 5, Spider-Man: Homecoming. This movie is freaking amazing. We finally got the very first good Spider-Man movie in a while. That was a game changer. I love it. Seeing Tom Holland the first time as Spider-Man, they did a great job with him, and I can't wait to see his third film. And I'm hoping that they can get more Spider-Man movies from Tom Holland before he gets to that age where he can't do it anymore. Number 4, Thor 3. Thor 3 is just freaking hilarious. It's so good. Finally, we don't get a serious Thor movie, which I really like, because Thor looks like a serious character, but it's just the way it just doesn't work with how he's in this MCU. If this was like dark as DC, the other Thor movies would make having Thor as like serious would make sense, but in this universe it just doesn't make sense, because it just needs to like match everything else. Number 3, this where it got even more tougher. Avengers: Infinity War. I really do love this movie, but the ones that I say next, I couldn't put it any higher. So Avengers: Infinity War, it changed how movies would look, how movies from now on would look. So it has a great visual effects, but some of the characters that I wanted to see more kind of got less screen time. I wanted to see a little bit more of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They might have got a little bit more of the screen time, but yeah, I wanted to see more of the Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Man's, and because I really like the dynamic of Iron Man and Star-Lord going at it, because these two big, like big mouse characters. So it was just really funny to see these two go at it, especially with Doctor Strange and seeing Spider-Man. Number 2, Iron Man. Iron Man deserves to be up here because it's the one that started it all, and it was damn good. It's so good, and seeing Robert D. Jr. change his life around and having him as Iron Man, it's just amazing. I can't imagine seeing anyone else starring this universe and playing Iron Man. It's just amazing. All right, you guys already know what the number 1 is, and you guys saw my reviews for this and being a geek all over it. Avengers Endgame. This movie made me cry like a little baby. The first time I thought, I was like, what did I say? The first time when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, they did it. I knew going in, like, is it going to happen? But then I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. But they did it. They pulled it off by killing off the characters, and it's insane. And I'm happy they did it, and pissed off at the same time that they did it. So yeah, I'm happy for them. And this honestly, this could have been the last Phase 3 movie, and have Spider-Man Far From Home start as Phase 4, but you know, that's alright. So yes, that was my MCU ratings. I hope you guys some of you guys out there agree with some of my rankings. Let me know yours in the comment section below. I had a great time with this, but throughout this whole entire review, or like ranking review, in my head, it's like, before even doing this, I thought this is gonna be easy. You're just naming off random movies, right? It's actually kind of hard, because you're thinking of these movies, because you're thinking of one movie, and the next one you're thinking of another movie. So it's like, oh god, so your mind's like all over the place. So I'm hoping that you guys got what I was saying. And so anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what your guys' rankings are in the comment section below. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye guys.